Hey, y'all, it's your girl Millie Chan. Let's get into Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Let's go. So Queen Key and Rennie are here at the studio. Queen Key has a song called Episodes, and she puts different people on that track. So Rennie is here. She's talking about her and her boyfriend and how they have a complicated relationship. And then later on in the show, she sets it up for the ladies to come on and be on the album. But Erica Banks doesn't show up because Selma shows up and she's not into Selma. She doesn't want Selma to be on the track at all. So Selma and her man, 24 Hours, I think that's his name, meets up with Jock and Kendra. And they talk about Mendices. They talk about the ladies on the track. And then Selma lets him know that, she's here to work. And whatever Erica wants to do, she can do what she wants to do, but she's here to get the bag. So that's that. Jock also talks about his brother that's in jail that got bail, and it's $30,000, and he said he's going to go ahead and get his brother out. Kendra is like, I hope Taquami, I think that's his name, understands how serious this is, because this is going to be very expensive. So basically, you get out, you toe the line, and don't get in no trouble, because we done dropped a huge bag on you. But I understand Jock. That's his brother. He is concerned about his mental illness. He's lost 3 children. That's a lot. So Kendra, Bambi, and Ashley have gotten together. They haven't been together in a while. They asked Bambi, how's everything going? She said she's going to have an engagement party. And then Ashley, who I think is becoming a breakout on this show. Ashley asks all the right questions. And she comes with an energy that I absolutely love. Like, she was kind of surface before, but she is really coming into her own this season. Ashley is having an in-law problem, right? We found out, one, that Zane is giving his mother money and cannot tell her no. And also, we found out that his daddy is not his daddy. And they have been in contact with his real father. So she says Zane found out about his biological father from his grandmother who passed away. So they kept it from him for a very long time. I think he said like 40 years. So he's just finding out that his dad is not his daddy, Big Zane. And she said he's taking it really hard. It's very emotional because he doesn't know who he is and he wants to find that out. That's crazy. So then Ashley asks Bambi, is this what you went through with Mama D? And Bambi tells her that, I stopped fooling with Mama D and his family. She said, well, I thought it was really nice because she had all the kids christened. And then Kendra's like, you talk about the new baby. She said, no, all the kids, because Zane was there. Bambi finds out that her children have had a christening ceremony and she was none the wiser. So then when she says Zane said it, Bambi said, get Zane on the phone. She gets Zane on the phone and Zane confirms that all the kids were christened except the oldest daughter, Imani. That's messed up. And Bambi said, they didn't call me, notify me. I should have been there. And she was like, they don't stop. They do everything to piss her off. She got very emotional. And she said she just does not know how she's going to proceed with this. I would be pissed at everybody, because that was crazy. So Zell over here at Bams with his messy behind, and she is letting him know about Scrap and the christening, and he wants to get a rise out of her, and she was like, I'm not gonna let him do that, right? Then they talk about Ray because she's engaged, and Bambi is getting cold feet because it's moving very fast. And then all of a sudden, some girl is sending her paragraphs about how she's been with Ray. They've smashed. And then Zell said the girl sent him the same thing. And Bam is like, it's just a lot for her right now. It's going too fast. She says she doesn't even feel like excited like she should be. So I guess before anything happened with them, I guess she had cold feet and was kind of resistant to do it anyway. I hate that because I really like them together. So, Spice has a sold-out show in Atlanta, right? And Scrap is going to be performing. And Rashida and Yandy are there. Rashida doesn't want to have anything to do with Yandy. Mama D is backstage, and she's come here full of tea. So she gets to talking about Yandy and Mendices, how she's seen Mendices spoon-feeding some woman. Rashida doesn't want to have anything to do with it. She said, I came for Spice. Scrappy know how his mama is. He was like, we gotta go. But Kirk is like, you need to listen to this. And so Mama D continues to tell her how he saw her hugged up. Saw Mendeecees hugged up with a woman. And Kirk was here for it. But Rashida doesn't want anything to do with it. She is really over it. P.S. Don't y'all like the way Rashida just forgets that Kirk has done anything? Talking about how Mendeecees is out here in the streets, in the public. Child, we do remember the hot tub scene, right? On national television. I digress. Let's keep going. So the concert is over. Yandy comes backstage with Spice and she fills her in because Spice is like, what's really going on? How did this friendship, I have no idea how this friendship between you and Rashida has got to this point. Well, she said Rashida was, talking about her on podcasts and stuff, talking about her marriage and things like that. And then she went on to let Spice know that Rashida is closer to Jasmine than she wants to let on. So Spice is like, no. She was like, they vacation together. They do all these things together. Spice is like, no. And she said, keep your eyes open. So next week, they're going to get Jasmine in the corner and question her about a polyamorous relationship between her, Kirk, and Rashida. And I know how it's edited, but she has some hesitation. So she's probably going to say no, but child, that's crazy. Child, when I tell you, I feel Ashley in this moment because it's a tough place to be where your husband cannot make decisions based on what his mother has to say, right? So it's a money situation. His mother has lied to him for 40 years. And didn't tell him about his biological father. He said that he feels like a piece of him is missing and he's really messed up right now. But at the same time, he really don't want Ashley to go there with his mama. But the mama is so disrespectful to Ashley that Ashley just don't give a damn. So Zane's mother is showing up, Miss Lynette. She sits down. They talk about the listening party because that's what Zane wanted to talk to her about. Ashley said, I was shocked that you and Big Zane came anyway. She took offense to that. And she was like, I feel like you have a problem with me because I tell the truth. Miss Lynette said, look, we need to come here for this tonight. So then when they get to talking, she was like, I'm trying to figure out why he has to be here. Why you and I can't talk. So Zane gets his crab cakes up and he leaves, but he doesn't feel like this is a good idea. Ooh, child. The disrespect from Zane to Ashley. So Ashley's sitting here trying to talk to her, and then Ashley just lets it go and says, look, you're not getting another penny from my husband. She started laughing and said, I guess you don't know about that credit card. Now, she looking crazy because she had no idea that Zane's mother has a credit card, and the way they're talking is linked to their checking account. And she said, I'm never going to ask you for a penny because you don't know anything about that credit card and it's not going away. I would be livid. Ashley said, watch this. While you sitting around talking about these debit cards, okay, I didn't know about the debit card. But now he knows about the father that you didn't tell him about. Then Lynette is like, Miss Lynette is like, you don't even know what you're talking about. She said, oh, yes, I do. We didn't already talk to him. And now she talking about you way out of line. No, ma'am, you're out of line. She came in there and told him, you need to get your mother. And I know about this open credit card you done gave her, right? So then she comes through and he was like, I'm glad you're here. She said, no, you're not. He was like, what's wrong with her? What did you say? She said, I told her we talked to the Colemans. Why did you say that? Because you done fooled around here and gave your mama a credit card and you didn't tell me? And she taking money out of our kids' mouth? Are you crazy? Child, now Miss Lynette done come in here and told Ashley that you done had kids by 2 different men and your daughter hates your guts and they with their daddy. Ashley said, you know why? I can admit it. I was not a good mom. I can admit mine. Can you admit yours? Zane can't do nothing with this woman right here, right? But he mad at Ashley for telling her about his biological dad when his mother couldn't even do it. This is who you need to be mad at, Zane. Zane can't tell his mother no, and I'm with Ashley. You can go on back over there and live with your mama. Since you can't tell her no, I'm about to go. Bye, y'all.